Cooking Crazy Style here on Foodie TV. You're gonna learn how to make regular plates into wild, amazing, crazy dishes. I'm gonna take you on the road of Alaska. We're gonna travel to places near and far, get to the restaurants and to the home cooks there and have them teach us what makes them fun and crazy too. This place is huge, so there's gonna be a lot of area to cover. You're gonna love it. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Cooking Crazy Style with Molly B. Hey, welcome to Cooking Crazy Style with Molly B. Today I have a super special guest. Totally pumped for you to meet her. My very personal friend, Miss Sarah Palin is in the house. Actually, we're in her house. Okay, so
yes.
what are we doing?
Okay, we're gonna do rhubarb pie because this is so Alaskana. When I use these type of ingredients that are all Alaskana, it's the reason that I hunt. People say, oh, how can you? I fill my freezer with healthy, organic, wild
That's what
game.
Alaska does.
I eat, therefore I
And
hunt.
it's pure ingredients.
Right, so I harvested raspberries, strawberries, and rhubarb. Chopping up some rhubarb, and I had frozen this a couple days ago, and you can use frozen rhubarb, and in fact it's a lot easier to cut when it's frozen. And I'm going to use about 2.5 to 3 cups of rhubarb, and then the rest of the filling will be raspberries, a little bit of strawberry, there's probably even some blueberries in there, and it's heavenly. It's absolutely heavenly.
The berries that grow in Alaska are incredible because people don't really realize that all of the things that are watered in Alaska are literally, you know, from glacier-fed rivers that flow into the area, and it's all so pure and beautiful. So our ingredients here are just more delicious than yours. Sorry.
They really are, and they're grown under the midnight sun.
Yes.
Right, where it's light pretty much, you know,
a lot
during the summer.
During the summer.
And so everything grows quickly. But I think that too about the glacial-fed the waters that everything grows in. Our soils, it's volcanic ash. A lot of the soil is so rich. So I look out my front window and I get to see a tiny corner of a glacier, and I think that all the time. It's
I thought you were going to say you could see Russia, and I was excited.
Oh, God! That is the dumbest joke I've ever heard in my life.
Where did that even come from? I don't even know.
Tina Fey on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, she started that?
You know what though? I did this interview, and it was very, very serious, like this hour-long interview about Alaska's strategic location on the globe, and you know, air crossroads of the world, and all this stuff, and how our location alone impacts navigable waters and waterways that globally are important. And one comment I made, I said, you know, most people don't even realize you can see Russia from Alaska.
And that is true.
And you can.
But not from your house.
And in '85, Lynn Cox, the swimmer, she swam between the two in 1985.
Wow.
So anyway, from there, the parody.
Of course, like everything else.
Yes, like everything else. In fact, Tina Fey, she should at least be paying for my kids' braces with as much as she's milked that stupid joke.
Come on, Tina, fork it over.
Yeah, come on, Tina. I met her though, she's cool.
Yeah, I saw you on Saturday Night Live.
That was fun.
That was amazing. I was like, oh my God, I see her. That's so cool.
Mark Wahlberg and Alec Baldwin. Not to drop names.
They're funny. Not to name drop or anything.
Yeah.
Well, I know you, so there you go. I'm name dropping too now.
Yeah. So in my freezer then, I have berries that last night I just started kind of processing them, freezing them individually in trays. If you were to just put them in baggies and then freeze them, you would have a big gushy
It would
mess.
mush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and here's a different kind too.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know there's different kinds of raspberries.
There are. And
what are these? Are these called blonde?
Sure, they're called Molly Blonde.
Molly blonde raspberries. Yeah. That's it.
But anyway, and it's fine if they're squishy because it all tastes the same, but I don't know. So I pre-made part of the pie dough. I put it in the fridge before you got there.
The crust, very nice.
And I like crust, so I make it thick.
Your crust looks amazing, so I'm pumped.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, okay.
Then we have another crust over here. This is gonna be the lid?
Yeah, the lid.
Okay.
And I always use a lot of crust, like I say. So in fact, you can use store-bought crust, but the way I make it, you would need like 3 crusts or maybe 4.
Oh wow.
You would use, you know, the conventional.
You really get it nice and thick. Do you want me to continue to chop some of these? You said you need 3 cups. I think we're about a cup
plus
and a half
I need
right
them
now.
all chopped anyway.
Well, then I'll just get to work.
And this is so easy. This whole recipe is so doggone easy. And I kind of ad-lib as I go. And it always works out. I use 1.5 cups of sugar.
Okay.
And about 1/3 cup of flour.
Okay.
I need a couple cups of this chopped stuff. See how quickly it thaws too?
Yeah, it does.
And then it gets tougher to cut, so it's good if it's partially frozen. Okay, here's 1 cup.
So are you pretty big on measuring, or are you an estimator?
No, I'm an estimator.
I'm a total estimator
but
too.
I thought I would do it really
Doesn't get the viewers.
precisely.
Now,
Yeah.
where do you guys eat this? Is this like a Christmas rhubarb pie thing that you have
I
at?
make it whenever I have rhubarb. Or
Oh.
when a lot of times when visitors from outside, and we call anything outside of Alaska outside.
Outside.
So,
Or the lower 48.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when visitors come from outside, I usually do make some kind of Alaskan pie.
Okay.
All right.
That's
so,
pretty cool. I mean, like, they come to see you, and then you're like, by the way, I baked you a pie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's
so,
pretty neat.
Not to drop names, but a couple weeks ago we had Seattle Seahawks.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
so they were here at that table, and of course I had to, really milk it with the Alaskana stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
I did rhubarb pie for them. You know what? And I'll use a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so what we're doing is just coating the rhubarb in
Okay.
this. And then when it comes to the berries, again, this is Alaska's raspberries and a little bit of strawberry too, though. So I just mix the berries in with that mixture of flour, sugar, and now different kinds of berries and the rhubarb. And I'm gonna add some lemon. Here, okay, so a little bit of lemon. And I always do a tiny bit of salt. I can taste a difference if it doesn't have salt.
No,
Tiny
I
bit.
can too.
Now, as the rhubarb thaws, it's gonna get runnier. And if it looks like it's gonna be too runny, then I put some cornstarch in.
Okay.
But this batch doesn't look too
Looks
runny.
pretty delicious.
Yeah, yeah. We're also gonna use 2 tablespoons of butter that we will cut up a little bit and place on top of the mixture
Oh,
before I
yum.
put the lid on the pie.
Yeah, yeah.
See how easy this mixture was? Now I'm gonna pour the
Wow,
mixture.
you're already done?
Yep. And
Holy
I mean, it's
smokes.
just a few ingredients, and I will put the mixture in this pie shell. And
That's amazing.
It's not pre-cooked, pre-baked. The pie shell is raw.
So now, don't some people bake their pie first on, the bottom and then bake it on the top? But you don't do that.
I don't do that.
Well, that's probably, it's going to be really gooey and yummy and delicious.
It is, and everything that I learned about baking over the years, and I love to bake. Well, I took 4-H as a child in Wasilla, and we didn't have the wild animal. I mean, the animals like the farm animals to deal with. So we learned a lot about cooking. And in high school, though, you had a choice: home ec or shop class. And of course, I took shop. I didn't take home ec.
Oh, really?
So,
I totally
thankfully,
did home ec.
I wish, well, not. So what I've learned though, a little bit of 4-H, but everything from my mother. So you're gonna do the traditional and conventional.
Oh, let's see.
Well, you're gonna, pinch
Oh, yeah.
these together,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And again, normally I like even more crust where this is really thick, but today we're just gonna do it like this. And I'll show you how to make it pretty. You can either do it with a spoon or you do it with your fingers to pinch it, and then you do that little scallopy type
Yeah,
design.
yeah.
Just because it's very
Sure.
traditional.
My grandmother used to be like the pie lady. She
Oh,
made
wow.
so many pies all the time. She loved it, and they were
Love it.
beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
And we heated the oven. Recipes say 375 or 425 is what I always find. So I put it in the middle, and I always put it at 400 for about 40 minutes with tin foil on, and we'll do that little
Oh,
trick
wow.
too. And then the last 15 minutes, you take the tin foil off.
Okay, so when you put the tinfoil on, it cooks it inside, gets everything nice and
It makes sure that the crust or that this edge doesn't get burned.
right, and the rhubarb is cooking.
Yeah, and it's my least favorite part of baking a pie is shaping that shell of tin foil to protect the crust. And I do not know why, after all these years, I have not purchased a pie crust protector thingy. They have them.
They do?
Made out of tin. So anyway, this is all pinched, right? So it doesn't all ooze out.
Okay.
And then you just go round.
Oh,
and
now you
round,
get fancy.
And round and round and round. Yeah. And then it's
Oh,
gonna be
wow,
that
that's
cool
so
scallop.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And then you bent it a little bit with some pokes with your knife in the middle. And I think I will make this in honor of me. So I will put an M in it, okay?
I love it.
So this looks cool, right?
That is gorgeous.
Watch this. It's going to be an M.
Okay, I'm watching.
Okay, it's really, really difficult to make an M. Okay, ready? Okay, that's the M that bends it.
Oh, yes,
But now, okay, the least favorite part is that tin foil. And you're just going to make this shell that will, again, protect the edges.
Can I help you with this, or?
Well, yes, maybe that would be easier. Okay, so if you pick that stuff, okay, pick that up, and then we're going to,
like so?
yeah, it's
somewhat.
Can you believe I go through this every time and
This is.
don't like it every
And there
time?
is an invention for this, or do we need to invent something for this?
Well, maybe
The
that's
Sarah
another
Dome
Molly Bee
invention.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes. And we're just going to kind of shape it over here. If you didn't have this on, I think anybody who bakes pies realizes, wow, the edge is so crisp and brown and the rest is good. And then I would sprinkle sugar on it.
Well, of course.
We forgot to put the chunks of butter on. But you know what? If everything was smooth, it wouldn't be a Sarah Palin deal either.
Right.
And if everything is...
Or a Molly Bee thing, let me just say.
If everything's under control, then you're going too slow. Mario Andretti said that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, you guys, this is going to be weird, but this
No,
is how
do
we're
it.
going to do it.
This is why it's cooking crazy style, because we're getting crazy
I'm
with the
gonna
rhubarb.
invent something
You
here.
are.
I'm going to slip this
Open the lid up. It's like gutting a moose, we'll say that.
right up my alley.
Right? How many moose have you?
You know, mostly my hunts have been caribou.
Oh, really?
Because usually when I'm out, you know, if I'm out moose hunting, somebody else is always getting it, and you don't need that many moose.
Yeah.
They're huge.
They are huge. They will feed an entire family for a year or more.
Okay, now we're going to redo that.
Okay.
And it can...
So we don't use all the butter?
Well, you could, but I didn't want to keep cutting it. But it's good. That's just,
You know, do we have to seal it? I mean, it's okay.
no,
Yeah.
that's good, like that. Yeah, sprinkle a little bit of sugar on
Okay.
it. And that's also to make it look pretty and bling-blingy. You know, it sparkles.
Oh, yeah. I gotcha. That's enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
let's redo this.
Okay. Now, the super secret crust protector. You're gonna end up getting a whole bunch of those things for Christmas or something from your fans. They're gonna be like, I need to get Sarah one of those. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever sent you?
Well, my dad has a shed full of pictures painted of my base from many people.
Wow.
And some of them are... Yeah, that's
They were
somebody's-
trying their best.
Well, that or people's interpretation of me is
Oh, wow.
interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna put this in here. And I love my oven that is the right height.
Very, very nice.
I
That
like
is
that.
a beautiful, and I love the double doors too.
Me too.
That's so awesome. So
And-
then you put it on for,
I'm gonna put
400
it on
for-
yeah, for about 40 minutes. Check it once in a while, but you know, about 40 minutes, and then you're gonna take the tinfoil off and bake it another 15 minutes, and then it pretty
gets
much
beautiful.
gets evenly brown. Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
So easy, so simple, but I kid you not, especially for visitors' sake, from tourists and everybody.
Yeah.
They love this pie,
I bet they do.
and so do I.
From the magic of TV, it is completed.
It is. Woo.
Ta-da!
You know the cool thing too about this pie, it tastes better even the next day, because you know, like with banana bread and those things, if you do leave it overnight, you do all the flavors kind of just blend even more thoroughly, and there's the M. It worked.
It's beautiful.
And oh look, you can hardly tell that I had to cut it open and redo.
Yeah, you
for
can't
the
tell
butter.
at all. It's sealed perfectly.
But you'll be happy that the butter is in there, because it does make a difference. Simple recipe.
It is so
fun.
simple.
We can justify a bit of it, saying, "Oh, it's so healthy because it grew
is.
in my garden." And
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. Oh, I'm excited.
You will love this. I really.
I believe
You better.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how this works.
Ooh, look at that.
And really, really good is a good brand of like vanilla bean ice cream on top, or homemade whipped cream.
Looks delicious. I'm excited.
Yeah. You'll love. Okay, I'm gonna get you a fork too.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Sarah.
my piece is a lot bigger.
Good.
Sorry.
You need it more than I do.
No.
All right, here it goes.
Oh, unless you want some kind of ice cream on it.
No, I want to taste the pie.
I love it.
Mmm.
And I love the berries, the little crunch seeds. I think the berries make a big
Holy
difference.
cow. You don't need ice cream with this or whipped cream. It is so good. I love the crust. It is so good. It's like thicker than I would normally do. And I wouldn't think I'd like that, but I do.
Yeah.
So it's just like super moist when it's thick. Crust I usually don't like, I guess, because it's crusty.
Isn't that so good?
Oh my gosh, this is delicious.
And even a little bit, that little bit of sugar, it's not just for looks, but it
No, it really adds something.
It adds, yeah. And hopefully the butter was worth it too.
Oh,
Have to just
there's
glory
no
the-
doubt. The butter is
aesthetics.
always worth it.
Yeah. Oh, I just love it. If I do say so myself.
So good.
I love it.
Yes, thank you, Sarah.
You are so welcome.
So now I want to go see where this is all grown.
Okay, good. I want you to see my little tiny wants to look garden, but I cannot say enough about harvesting your own ingredients, whether it's the protein, the meat out there, or the berries or the vegetables, and teaching your kids where food comes from. But this summer's been good for growing things. I mean,
It's been a great summer for growing
It
things.
has, which means we don't complain about the rain, right?
Right.
Because we need that.
No, I always thank the Lord every time it rains.
Really?
I do.
Okay, I'll remember that, and
Yes.
I will start doing that instead of griping.
Your property here is so beautiful.
I love
so
my
beautiful.
backyard because that's God's.
Yeah, the lake.
I mean,
there
the lake.
and the mountains and everything. It is God's country.
So my son brought me the other day from a friend of his some starts. I'll show you those in a minute.
Okay,
Starts
cool.
for strawberry and raspberry, so I can start planting some things in there. But what you do, you plant like certain flowers,
Okay.
kind of as an edge to a lot of things, because that's what the moose will get first.
Oh,
And maybe
yes.
the moose will be full, and
Yeah.
they won't.
Find their way to the
In
good
fact,
stuff.
we do always have moose around here, and moose do not leave within a 10 or 15 mile radius their entire life. So when you
Really?
have moose around,
I
you
didn't
have moose
know that.
around. Yeah. So anyway, this carrots. I do the simple stuff.
This
from
is
seed.
carrots?
Carrots, onions,
Wow.
and it's just from like cheapy old seeds.
I
so
love that.
This, like 2 weeks ago, was huge.
It's
and
a
the
rhubarb.
stalks were huge, and this is the rhubarb.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's still good stalks
Oh,
in there.
yeah.
In fact, you can't kill it. It'll grow and grow and grow. I had it down to the nub, like not too many days ago. And it's already growing back.
Wow, that's amazing. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it grew that much.
So this, I bought at Walmart because I didn't have any blueberry
These are the
starts.
raspberries.
Well, one of these really tall ones is actually a blueberry.
Oh, really?
But I bought it at Walmart, so I knew it wasn't Alaskana.
Right.
But I tried it anyway, and it hasn't produced anything. But it looks cool.
It is. It's very full and beautiful.
Okay,
Yeah.
these are strawberry.
Okay.
So like this, these are still gonna grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though it's late in the season. So the strawberries, the rhubarb, and the raspberries, that's basically. But my friends who have real gardens, like huge raspberry bushes, it's fun to go to their place and pick because it's fruitful.
Yeah.
Whereas mine is
Fruitful. No pun intended.
right. So I'm going to fill in this area.
Oh, wow.
These are some starts. And
Okay.
believe it or not, just that little bit of raspberry,
Mm-hmm.
you will have a hedge of them. You will have beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Right,
My
a
house
plethora.
are everywhere.
Even this looks like, it's just a no, this is going to produce a lot of raspberries.
Isn't that amazing?
So that's cool. And anyway, I'll fill all this
This
in.
is a lot of work, girl.
It is.
But you're not afraid of work.
Well, no. And during the COVID stuff, my business, any kind of media stuff, everything pretty much shut down.
Yeah.
So I finally had time last summer
enjoy your
and this
property.
summer to enjoy my property.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
And it's beautiful.
thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'll show you the cherry tree because
Yeah, I want to see the cherry tree.
my mom, we called her Saint Sally because she was the most
Oh.
perfect person in the world. She passed away in January.
I'm sorry.
And I know, it just sucks. but she's with Jesus. She had the best attitude about it all. She was more, of course, worried about the rest of us being sad.
Yeah.
But in the blink of an eye, we'll all be together.
You know, my mom's name is Sally.
Oh, really?
You know Sourdough Sal's in Soldotna?
Yeah.
That's my mom.
Oh.
Yes.
We would always go there during hockey trips.
Everyone would.
No wonder you have that talent. In that.
Our whole
That's
family.
awesome
Our whole
to
family
know.
were like foodie people, you know.
Wow.
I grew up there, 6 years old, cleaning dishes and giving people waters and menus.
Oh, we went there all the time.
Family diner. Yeah,
And
I probably
still-
waited on you.
Probably, and
Yeah.
still driving down to fish, you know.
Oh yeah.
So this is a cherry tree.
Yep. I
And though
recognize
it's
it.
tiny,
It's doing something.
yeah, it had cherries on it.
Oh wow.
And then this oak tree, because we don't have oaks. My son Track bought this for me for Mother's Day.
Oh wow.
And so
This is
he
an
and I
oak
planted
tree.
it. Yeah,
I
and
love that.
because of course one of Mom's favorite songs, besides all the Sound of Music, was tie a yellow ribbon around the yellow tree.
Oh,
I know.
Oh
So,
wow.
yeah,
you need to
that.
get a yellow ribbon on that.
Yeah, you're right.
We need to do
I
that.
will do that.
This
So-
is gorgeous. So this is amazing.
This is amazing, and I get to wake up to this every day.
Girl,
Okay.
what a blessing.
And people wonder, why don't you want to live in Washington D.C. in the city in the smog and the well, that would be a bit of a
Hard
sacrifice.
pass. You have to see my backyard. Yeah. This is
Okay.
amazing. Look at this.
And this is cool because that's all parkland, so it won't be developed.
Wow.
So that's Pioneer Peak that I look at every day.
Oh wow.
And I think that's kind of providential,
yes.
you know.
Pioneer.
And then
absolutely.
right down there is a glacier. We have the
Oh,
Kinnick
yeah.
and the Matanuska.
Sure.
So I think of that too as all that flowing
Yes.
water.
Yes.
Okay,
The-
see, that's
The
what-
glacier fed inlet.
that's what we're
and
washing our
rivers and-
faces with
Yes.
and-
It's so pure. It's
Yeah.
better than organic is what I
Yeah.
always say.
It really is.
It is.
And that, and then the soils and the muds around here
Yep.
with volcanic ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't lose.
Great. Very thankful for my home. I love it very much.
Yeah. I'm thankful for your home too.
Yeah. And
It's beautiful. All right. Well, thank you, Sarah. It's been a
Thank you.
pleasure to have
Thank
you
you.
on my show.
Thank you.
The pie is bomb diggity.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh,
yeah.
you guys go make that pie. If you don't have rhubarb where you're at, find someone in Alaska that does.
yeah, down on the side of the road, weeds, you know. But no, you're just doing so great, and it's just a privilege.
thank you.
Really, it is
Oh.
because I'm just so proud of you being an Alaskan chick, and you're this tough, independent, hardworking, beautiful Alaskan chick, and
Thank you so much.
the country needs more of you.
Same with you, young
And-
lady. All right. Thanks, everybody. This is
you, guys.
another episode from Cooking Crazy Style with Sarah Palin and Molly B. Bye-bye. Bye. Oh, I love fresh raspberry, strawberries.
Yeah.
I don't know why that was hard for me to say.
Well-
but I have a few strawberries. Do we have visitors? How do we know if that's edible though?
Well-
I don't. There's some that are not good for you.
If it were anyone but you, I'd say try it.
So my who is she? My son's mother. No, that's me. my
That's something I would say
I know.
on
My-
national television.